Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another video. Today's video is going to be all about traveling with a baby. As you know, I have an 8-month-old and we've traveled all over Canada. And I say all over because the first time we traveled, we took a plane to Vancouver, and Vancouver is about 5-hour plane ride away from where we live. So I was so nervous during that trip because it was the first time I was gonna be on a plane with a baby. First time I was traveling with a baby, period. And I feel like I've learned a few things along the way. Right now, we are in Montreal in this beautiful Airbnb. Montreal is not as bad. It's about a 3-hour drive away from where we live. So that trip was, I was also nervous, but not as bad as flying with an infant. So in today's video, I'm going to share with you everything that I've learned in terms of how to travel with a baby and make it a pleasurable experience, a stress-free trip, and enjoyable for everyone involved. So if you're interested, then keep on watching.
I really thought we had it covered.
My first tip is that preparation is key. If you're someone that used to pack last minute, the night before, the day of, just a couple of hours before, you were just shoving things into a bag, those days are gone, okay? You wanna prepare and plan for your trip way ahead of time. When I was flying to Vancouver, a week before I started packing my bag and to make sure that I had everything for my baby and for me. I'm someone, I don't wanna go somewhere and not have what I need. So I make sure to pack based on the routine that we have. So for example, we wake up in the morning, I will change her, so that's an outfit, and then she'll play, so I'll need some toys for that. So I try to keep the routine in my mind as I was packing for baby. And you want to pack enough clothes, but not too much clothes. When it comes to baby clothes, I feel like we can go overboard. I was in Vancouver for 2 weeks, so what I did is I packed a week worth of clothes for baby girl, and I knew at the end of the week I could just wash everything and wear it again. She's 8 months old. It's okay if she repeats some outfits, okay? It's not a big deal. So that's the way that I thought through the whole packing process for her in terms of clothing. And I also made sure that she had everything that she needed in terms of toiletries, you know, lotion, little oils, everything that I use to make sure that she's fresh, she smells good, she's clean. I packed all of those things as well. So I made sure that I had everything that I needed for her as I was packing. As I was going through the week, I would think of the things that I needed and I will pack those as well. So you want to be efficient with your packing, but just make sure that you have everything that you need. And in terms of preparing, even when you are booking your flights, make sure that you think about your baby's schedule as well. So when I booked my flights to Vancouver, even going and coming back, I made sure that they were in the evening. I had a choice. I could do either a morning flight or evening flight, but I chose evening because I figured by the time we get to the airport, it would be time for her to go to sleep. So it was her bedtime. I would get her ready, get her situated. She's already in her pajamas. She's comfortable. So in my mind, I was like, when she's on the plane, she has nothing else to do but sleep. Yes, she'll be a little stimulated, but there's nothing left to do but sleep. And it actually worked out pretty well. She slept on the plane going there and coming back. She was awake for, you know, about 30-40 minutes or so on both flights, but because it was at night, it was her bedtime, I felt like she was more comfortable to sleep. So preparing in terms of everything that you're going to pack, but also preparing when you think about your routine and timing of your flights, etc. So point number 1B is to make sure you have all your necessities. And I'm talking about diapers and wipes. Y'all know you need an endless supply of wipes and diapers. So when I flew to Vancouver, what I ended up doing, instead of packing a bunch of diapers because I was gonna be there for 2 weeks, I just got diapers delivered to the house from Amazon. A big old bag of diapers and wipes. I just got them delivered because I knew I was gonna use a lot of them when I was there. And instead of having to pack all of that, if you can get it delivered or if you can buy it in the city where you're going, you can pack, of course, a good amount for the road, for the trip, for the first couple of days. And then when you're there, you can buy more if needed, instead of having to fly with a bunch of diapers and a bunch of wipes. That's just a little tip. Obviously think through your situation and think through where you're going to be, but that's what I ended up doing and it worked out pretty well. If you don't end up using all the diapers pretty well, I just know that there is someone in need that's going to take them off your hands. Gladly take them off your hands. So when I left Vancouver, my sister-in-law just posted them on Facebook Marketplace and she got a ton of hits. So many people were like, give me the diapers. So that's what we ended up doing.
It's time I'm letting you go.
Number 2, check in the bag. Girl, I know you want to save $50 or you want to save the fee. Check in the bag. Just think about your peace of mind as you're traveling, and especially if you're traveling alone with the baby, you don't want to have a bunch of carry-ons. You don't want to have a bunch of bags that you have to carry and get to the airport with and lug around. Just check in the bag. Put it under the plane so you don't have to worry about it. I used to be one of those people that never checked in a bag. I like to travel light and I never wanted to pay the fee, but I'm gonna tell you right now, check in the bag, okay? And on top of that, because I knew I was gonna have a lot of products for my baby, you know, the little body oils and the lotions, she needs to have everything that she has at home, okay? Instead of having to worry about the size of the bottles and if they're gonna, I don't know, pass TSA or whatever, I just checked everything in so that way I have peace of mind as I'm traveling. So check in the bag. Number 3, think about how you can recreate your safe haven wherever you're gonna go. So for us, we usually have a camera for her, a soother, a sound machine for white noise when she's asleep. So whatever sleeping situation that we have at home, I tried my hardest to recreate it wherever we're going. So when we're in Vancouver, once again, I keep referring to Vancouver because that was the biggest trip. I ended up buying a baby monitor off Amazon because I didn't have mine. I forgot mine. So I bought a small baby monitor on Amazon, and I figured that would be like my little traveling baby monitor because the one that we have at home is the Nanit, and it's super expensive, and you know, having to travel with it back and forth, I'm not too comfortable with that because I don't want it to break. But having something super cheap off Amazon, and it was less than $100. At first I didn't want to spend the money. I'm telling you, I don't like spending money if I don't have to. But the first night that we were in Vancouver, she woke up in the middle of the night and we were downstairs. It's like a 2-story house, and we were downstairs and we're really uncomfortable, so we had to go up and keep checking on her and stuff like that. So we're like, okay, we're gonna get the baby monitor. So we got the monitor, but whatever situation that you have at home that she's, well, because my baby's a baby girl, but whatever situation your baby is used to at home, try to recreate that wherever you're going so that the baby is comfortable and they have the familiar noise that they typically have so that they sleep well. For me, like I said, it was a sound machine. We have the baby monitor just to check in on her, but we also have a soother that we carry with us. Very similar to the Hatch, but we got ours off of Amazon and it was fairly cheap. I'll link it down below if you guys are interested. But recreating that safe environment for her, I think kept her on track in terms of her sleeping habits. Now, I'm not gonna tell you what to do, but if you just so happen to forget something, like I said, we forgot the baby monitor, so we purchased something off Amazon. But I wanna tell you what to do, girl. If you don't need it after you're done your trip, you can always return it. But you ain't hear it from me. You ain't hear it from me, okay? I didn't say that out loud. Number 4 is to expect up and down. Give yourself grace, especially if it's your baby's first time flying. They are going to be very curious. They may be uncomfortable. They may be anxious as well. So make sure to give yourself grace as well as your baby, especially when you think about your baby's sleeping schedule. I tried to keep that as consistent as possible when I was in Vancouver. Even here, we're in Montreal, and she takes 2 naps a day, so I still try to give her her 2 naps. I still offer them at the very least. So I try to keep things as consistent as possible, but if we're out and about and she is not sleeping on the regular schedule, it's okay. Your baby will be just fine. Just give yourself grace and understand that things are not gonna go as planned, and that's part of, you know, having a baby. You know this. Your baby change every half a second. So don't think that you're gonna travel and everything's gonna be perfect. It's not. But once you understand that things are going to be imperfect, you just have to troubleshoot on the go. One of the things that I learned in Vancouver is that your baby is supposed to fit into your lifestyle, not the other way around. So my sister-in-law has 3 kids, and when I was with her, I would be so concerned, like, oh, if we're out for too long, the baby's not gonna have a nap, or she typically takes her naps at 2 p.m. If we're not home, when is she going to nap? And my sister-in-law was like, girl, don't worry. This baby's gonna be with us, and we're gonna make sure she's comfortable, and she's gonna take her nap with us. And it was so interesting to see. She would use the stroller and just kind of walk around with her and make sure she takes her naps in there. Or if she was cranky, she'll just cover up the stroller, which was like a combo move. I never even thought about doing that. So then the baby has nothing else to do but to fall asleep. It creates like a safe little environment for them to sleep. So wherever you are, just know that there are little tactics and things that you can do so that your baby's as comfortable as possible and that they sleep. Especially the trick of just covering up the stroller. That was like a game-changing thing for me. If we're out and she was getting cranky, of course, we'll kind of walk around with the stroller and move her and stuff like that. But if she was not going down, just cover up the stroller. As soon as we covered it up, she was out. So again, expect the unexpected, but just know that the baby is supposed to fit into your lifestyle. So don't be too anxious about everything.
Thinking you were made for me. Isn't it my birthday?
And that takes me to my last point, which is to have fun. If you're traveling with your baby, it's supposed to be an enjoyable experience. Don't be stressed out about every little thing. It's not realistic to put yourself through that. You left home so that you could have a nice little vacation with your baby. Not time to stress. And like I said, if you forget something, borrow it off Amazon or buy it wherever you are. I didn't say that out loud. But don't stress the small stuff. Like the little things that may not work out, it's not a big deal. As long as you really spend a lot of time preparing and planning out your days, planning out what you're going to do, then things are more or less gonna go as planned. And if it doesn't, then troubleshoot in the moment. And for me, it was pretty easy because I breastfeed. So wherever she was getting cranky, if she was hungry, I could just breastfeed her right then and there. It's very convenient actually, being a breastfeeding mom. But if you are obviously using formula or bottles, then you're gonna have to prepare a little bit more to make sure that you have everything that you need in terms of bottles. So that's important to keep in mind, how your baby's going to eat, how your baby's going to sleep, what they're going to wear. Other than that, have fun. Enjoy your time with your baby. So here in Montreal, we drove, so we were able to kind of bring a lot more stuff with us. I have a little seat thing that we can just put on the island and she can kind of eat there. We brought some extra food with us because she's starting solids now. So all these things that we're able to bring with us because it's easier, but flying, I feel like it's a little bit more restrictive, but they do allow you to go through with breast milk if that's something you're concerned about. And at the airport, I'll give you a little bit of a rundown because if it's your first time flying, you may not know, because I didn't know. So for example, when you're going through security, they're gonna have you hold your baby. They're gonna take the stroller / car seat situation away. So you just have to hold the baby as you go through the X-ray machine. And you are able to bring a playpen with you. You're able to bring your car seat / stroller situation for the baby, and you can have a diaper bag for the baby. So everything that you're going to need for the baby, for example, you'll be able to take with you. And then for yourself, you'll have your regular bags, your carry-on, your check bags, etc. So just know that you won't have any issues going through with car seat, stroller, playpen, and diaper bag for baby. So those 4 things are pretty standard because you're going to need them. You're gonna need a stroller, you're gonna need a car seat, and you're going to need somewhere for your baby to sleep, which is a playpen. With the car seat, you don't have to travel with the base. A lot of car seats will allow you to use the seat belt to secure the car seat in the car, so you don't need to have the base of the car seat. Just a little bonus tip right there. And that's it. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope that it helps you on your journey of traveling with your baby. I am really enjoying it actually because I find that we can go wherever with her. We can come to Montreal, for example. We can drive somewhere with her and it's not a big deal and it doesn't have to be stressful. Once you do it the first time around, you'll realize like, okay, I can calm down, I can do this. And I imagine the more you do it, the better you'll get at it. But prepare. That's one thing I'm gonna say. Make sure that you have everything that you need for your baby. And if you forget something, there's always Amazon. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that it was helpful and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.